Many people who are struggling with unwanted intrusive thoughts about their partner's past are wondering if they're in the right relationship. If that sounds like you, today I've got a very important free video. My name is Zachary Stockill, and since 2013 I've been helping men and women from all over the world overcome retroactive jealousy and save their relationships. If you'd like more information about my work, or you'd like to work with me one-on-one, please visit my website at retroactivejealousy.com. For the people here for the first time, the term retroactive jealousy refers to unwanted intrusive thoughts, often obsessive curiosity, and what I like to call mental movies about a partner's past relationships and/or sexual/dating history. If you can't stop thinking about your partner's past, you're likely struggling with retroactive jealousy. And a common question I get from people is, how do I know if I'm in the right relationship while I'm suffering from retroactive jealousy? Now, full disclosure, untangling that question can be extremely complicated, and I don't think there's one answer here because every relationship is so different, every person is so different. This isn't a coaching call, obviously, so I can't dig into all the specifics of your particular situation. However, there's a couple important things that I would say. So number one, probably most importantly, I would ask you, how do you feel about this relationship when you're feeling calm and when you're thinking clearly? In other words, how do you feel about your partner? How do you feel about the suitability of your relationship when you're feeling calm, you're grounded, you're having a good time, you're relatively peaceful? Making a decision about the future of your relationship is impossible if you're animated by retroactive jealousy. In other words, if you're feeling triggered in some way, or you're feeling anxious, or you're angry, or sad, or disgusted, or any of these things. You can't really see things all that clearly when you're triggered by retroactive jealousy, basically. And I would caution anyone against making a decision about the future of your relationship, breaking up with your partner, something like that, when you're in an animated state, fueled by retroactive jealousy, because you're not thinking clearly. If you are thinking clearly and you feel good about the relationship, you think that there's no massive gulf between your values and your partner's values, and you're committed, and it's a good thing going, and you feel good about it, then it likely indicates that you're struggling with mostly irrational retroactive jealousy. This is just one of those annoying little issues in life that you're going to have to invest some time in to get over, and you're likely in the right relationship. On the other hand, when you're feeling calm, you still have serious questions about your partner's values. You still have serious questions about your partner's motives for being with you. Or you still have serious questions about the suitability of your relationship. Well, that could potentially indicate that retroactive jealousy is symptomatic of deeper issues in the relationship. In other words, it could indicate that you're just not right for each other. You should move on, find someone better suited to you, and your partner should move on, find someone better suited to them. Win-win. That said, obviously, I'm not suggesting you blow up your relationship if you're having a clear-headed day and you think maybe you're in the wrong relationship, but it's something to pay attention to over extended periods of time. How do I feel about my partner's past? How do I feel about this issue when I'm feeling calm, when I'm thinking clearly, when I've had enough sleep the night before, things like this? How do I feel about this issue? How do I feel about the relationship when I'm feeling calm, when I'm feeling grounded? Another important question I would ask you is, get clear, is this a you problem or a them problem? And sometimes it's a mix of both, but usually it's strongly leaning, one way or the other. So what I mean by that is, if you've been struggling with retroactive jealousy in 2 of your last 3 relationships, or in 3 of your last 4 relationships, or whatever, chances are good this is a you problem. Chances are good that the next person you date, no matter what their past is like, you'd still be struggling with retroactive jealousy. It's probably a you problem. That said, if you've been in several relationships with people with, worse pasts, or I hate using that phrase, let's say more colorful pasts, and you didn't struggle with retroactive jealousy, well, that could be an indicator that there's some serious issues in the relationship. So if retroactive jealousy has been a common denominator in all of your past relationships, not guaranteed, but chances are good this is mostly a you problem and not a problem with your partner, and not necessarily a problem with your relationship. If you are struggling with retroactive jealousy and you want to get help sorting through this question of whether you're in the right relationship, I need to take a moment to mention my masterclass, The Path to Peace. This is a several hours long masterclass. It's very reasonably priced. And basically, I designed this masterclass to help people like you struggling with this question of, is it me or is it my partner? Are our values the same? Am I struggling with retroactive jealousy because there are serious issues in my relationship, or is this a me problem? If you're interested in working through this question, and maybe you don't have the necessary resources to invest in coaching or something like that, next best thing is my free online masterclass, The Path to Peace. Click the link above my head, click a link in the description of this email to learn all about my newest masterclass for people struggling with this values question in the context of retroactive jealousy, The Path to Peace. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for following along. If you benefited from this, please take a moment to let me know by clicking the like button below. Please also make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and while you're at it, why not leave a comment? Tell me what you think, good, bad, or ugly. I would love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.